Hi, I'm James Hunt. I'm here on our farm, Upper Assendon Farm, Stoner, Oxfordshire. We are farming about 1,200 acres, and here we are in our crop of Ahiflower. Yep, all good to go, I reckon.
What stood out about growing Ahiflower?
Several things. One is it's a set price, it's under contract, we know where we are, which is in this day and age is a nice place to be, rather than again our other crops, cereals, milling wheat. You know, you can do your best and you can grow a good crop for our farm, and then you get to harvest and the price has fallen through and imports and one thing and another. Ahiflower, the contract's there, we can grow it, and it's quite nice to be growing something that is market led, that we know our margins at the end of the day.
Why do pollinators and biodiversity matter on the farm?
Pollinators, biodiversity is hugely important on our farm, and that's where Ahiflower comes in. It's flowering for such a long period of time, always full of insects and bees and one thing and another, which just works in well with everything else we're doing with all of our countryside stewardship schemes and environmental. It all just adds to our whole farm biodiversity.
So we're all hoping that people will understand farming better today moving forward. So tell us about how we should do this.
Yeah, I suppose it's getting the word out. I think every farmer is doing their bit for the environment as well as growing food, and it's just getting that message out there and showing people what we're doing. At the moment, I think most of the public are on our side and understand and appreciate everything that's going on out here.
As you'll see, we're harvesting this crop today, and it's June the 21st. And what will be growing in this field from now until the winter?
So it's perfect. It comes off early, like you say, June the 21st. This will be off, and then we will turn it around. We'll put a summer cover crop in, which will hopefully then just keep the ground covered, keep those nutrients and retain the moisture and one thing and another over the next couple of months before we look to be putting a winter wheat crop in come sort of next September, October time. So getting it off early and being able to grow that cover crop will be hugely beneficial to us.
Does Ahiflower fit into your regenerative agricultural program, and what excited you about growing it?
Fits in with the Regen project pretty well. It's fairly low input. We're not using much synthetic fertilizer. We're not sort of using a lot of the chemistry which we are in our cereals. So from that point of view, it's ideal. It's a good break crop. It's reliable. So far, we've grown it for 5 years now, and every year is tended to be improving. We know exactly where we are with it.
Why do you choose Ahiflower, and what makes it different to other crops?
Good question. We first chose it, to be honest, because I was probably fed up with getting to June and most of our crops that we'd looked after all year, our cereals, the wheats, the barleys, the oats, beans, as well as oilseed rape, would tend to just drought out in June. So I started looking for a crop that actually came to maturity in June. So when we do inevitably get this hot weather, which our soils just cannot take on this chalk, it's more or less done its growing anyway. So that's what sent me down the pathway of Ahiflower. And for many other reasons, as far as the timings, and actually growing a break crop which seems to be as consistent as any other break crop we've grown.
Tell me about why soil health is important to yourself and particularly important on this farm.
On this farm, because we don't have so much of the soil. We are on chalk hills, free draining chalk hills, and any bit of organic matter that we can put back into our soil to make it more resilient to these hotter, drier summers that we keep getting is why it's vitally important.
And farmers, do they have a responsibility for the future generation?
Yeah, of course. We look to, every farmer would be the same. You're looking to farm in a sustainable, environmental way, but at the same time we're trying to make a living and trying to grow food.